what you are seeing right now is a very, very limited edition car. I never thought I would see it myself. So this is actually a Ferrari, but a very, very rare Ferrari. It's actually called the Sergio. You might not have heard of it because it's very rare, and it has a story behind it as well. So let's have a look at the design. So you have this really sleek headlight design, and both the headlights are joined in this stripe that goes across the bonnet. You have this really sleek air intake in the front, and gives it sort of a lizard-like look. And yeah, it is a very different kind of design. So there's a lot of gray panels on this car. There have been cars with different colors. So this is a one of 6 models. That's why it is so rare. As you can see, the wheels, those are copper colors. And coming to the side here, yeah, you have body panels which are also gray, and then you have this flying headrest which has a hidden air intake. So those air intakes, of course, feed air directly into the engine bay, and it's designed by Pininfarina. So Ferrari and Pininfarina had to create a car that was unlike anything else, and they have really succeeded. So look at it. It is an open top barchetta, a flying headrest to protect the passenger and the driver. The interior looks very familiar, and that's because this car is based on the 458. This car is named after Sergio Pininfarina. He was a designer and chairman of Pininfarina, and he died in 2012. The fabric is a little different. There's a little bit of sweet leather and leather, beautiful red stitching everywhere. There's a little bit of pattern as well on the leather. Now when we come behind the flying headrest, you can see there's a lot of gray. You can see behind the seats as well. There's nothing there, like it's underneath the headrest. Now for the engine bay, they've given it a very different design, and at the back, yeah, they've given it a very weird looking design as well. So for the engine bay, they've given it they've cut up round holes to let the air out, and then they've added extra grille around the taillights as well. I'm not really a fan of the rear design of this car. The taillights are fine, but that oval shaped grille, it's not that pretty. You have the Sergio logo here as well. I'm very surprised that the front end of this car also has the Sergio logo, because Ferrari never used logos in the front end of their cars. But I guess for Pininfarina, they wanted to go with it. Now, as far as performance goes, this car has the same engine as the 458 Speciale. So it is a 4.5 liter V8, which makes around 600 horsepower. Performance figures, we're not really sure. I don't think has ever tested this because it's so rare and so expensive. But the 458 Speciale could do 0 to 60 in around 3-ish seconds, and the top speed was around 202-ish miles per hour. So can this car do the same? It is sleek enough, but I'm sure you'll have to carve up that open top to really go for the high speeds. Now this Ferrari actually arrived with a couple of other new Ferraris. So you have a Ferrari SP2 here. Next to it you have a SP1. So these are two Monza twins, which are very similar to each other. There, in fact, it's the first time I've ever seen a SP1 and an SP2 together. So I made a separate video of these two twins as well. But that's not all that came with them. There's also this, a Maserati MC12, and it is huge. It's massive. Not the first car I've seen, so I have videos of this already made. There's also a Ferrari F40 here. Oh my god. And then there's a F50. I love the F50 a little more than the F40 actually. Then of course there's my favorite-ish car from the 90s and the 2000s, the Enzo. Then you have a Ferrari 59 XX racing car, separate video of that as well. You have two LaFerraris, one coupe, and the black one is an Aperta, which is limited to just 200 units. Then you have another 599 SA Aperta, which is also a limited edition unit. Then this showroom also has a 4GT and a line of Bugattis. There's some 2-3 P1s in the back, but nobody's looking at any of them. There's also a Reventon in the back, because everyone's focused on these new Ferraris. So when this Sergio came out, it sold for around $2.5 to $3 million. So if you want to see more videos of Ferraris, just head down to the video's description for names and links. For other videos, just have a look at my channel.